Hello and welcome to this first impressions video of Team Racing League. Team Racing League is a multiplayer racing game that's currently in early access made by Gamious. Those are the makers of Turmoil, so a completely different game. And yeah, it's currently in early access for 10 euros, probably the same in dollars. And yeah, I'm gonna have a look at it to see if it is worth your money. A little disclaimer, I got this game for free because I participated in a beta. It was first just for stress test, but then I got an email that asked me if I did a review, so okay, I will do that. But yeah, keep in mind that I got the game for free. So let's jump into the game. So here we are in the game itself. And yeah, first off, I really like the menu. I'm playing with a controller, by the way. And yeah, the graphics aren't that advanced. But yeah, as you can see, that's still a thing from early access. So I guess that will come later. Twitch, I don't know really what Twitch does in this game. I haven't tried it out, but yeah, I first want to know more before I connect my account. And team is just making your party. So yeah, that's basic stuff what you can normally expect. Quickly my profile, so you can see I've done some races. That's what was happening when I did the stress test. I haven't played it since. But yeah, to give you a good idea of what this game is, let's start with the training, which is basically the tutorial. So you can see what this game is. So what you see here is you can move around and then you can be stationary so you can stop the enemy. Why is this important? Basically because it's not only a race to be the first, it's also try to stop the enemy team. And I will try to get into that later. So you can see you can pick up blocks. And let's drop them off. And now you made a... oh, I thought I would drop it. And now basically you made a barricade for the enemy team. So these blocks are blue, so they are for us. They can also be red, which means that we can't pass them, but red team can. So the roadblock, this is more complicated. So when you have two team members that both have the Magnodon, they turn into one big card. And then you... oh. And then you can make this roadblock, which basically does the same thing as blocks, but instead of stopping a person, the card just can't control itself anymore. You also have this boost, which is important if you do racing, because you want to be first, of course, and to stop those roadblocks. So they have two main things why they are important: speed for racing and stopping roadblocks if you aren't the person that's racing but try to stop the enemy team. So the thing that you're going to see here is what's happening for a boost with 2 players, and this is one of the things that I don't really like. As you can see with instructions, it says charge a boost by accelerating until the blue bar fills completely, but the blue bar is that little thing from the first throttle, from the first engine that you could see on the car. So it's so small that it's pretty hard to see. And basically this is the same thing for boosting, but this is how you can remove blocks and enemy players. And for some reason the afterburner works longer here. So same thing here. Oh, be a little bit closer. And there we go. And I think this was the last thing. Oh no. Oh wait, yeah, flamethrower. So you can also do this. So as you can see here, like you who control the weapons and the person that's driving, they need to work together. So that's where the team racing comes in. Let's go to time trial now. To be on the track, so this is basically be the fastest person. And that's just racing, and your car controls like a hoverboard. So it's a little bit floaty, but you can think about it while controlling it to make better turns, which I'm doing a horrible job at the moment. But yeah, I really like the art style, it's very simplistic. But yeah, the track, as you can see now, isn't very intricate. But when you're playing online, when you don't play time trial, there are obstacles. Like for example, here there will be blocks. So yeah, you need to look at what's the best option to go to, because there are multiple ways you can go to the track, and your team tries to make the shortest track. The problem with that sometimes is with this art style, especially on older tracks, it's sometimes very hard to see what's higher up. Like here you can clearly see this is higher up than this part of the road, but it isn't always that obvious, especially because of the color palette of some tracks. And what you try to do as a team is one person will do what I'm doing right now, and let's just try to be as quick as possible when you go to the track. And the other two persons, at least that's was happening most when I played this with other people. The other persons, oh, I didn't even see that you could go off there. The other two persons are doing what you saw in the tutorial. So for example, standing here and making a roadblock for themselves to try to stop the enemy. Or do that more down the road. And you can use these speed boosters to go faster, of course. So basically everything you saw in the tutorial, that's what you try to do in races. I can't team up with other people right now, because in time trial there aren't any other persons, so I can't do the flamethrower thing you saw or the big boost. But yeah, just the team part is two players try to stop the other team, the fast person of the other two, and the other team does the same thing. And I really like that because it's something that I haven't really seen before. Only problem is, as you can see, 0 players online. 0 games open, nothing to host. And well, I was thinking maybe that's because Steam is offline at the moment, so I will turn Steam online. But because I normally turn Steam off, so I won't get bothered while recording. But still 0 players online. That's basically why I can't recommend the game at the moment for the price tag. Because there isn't any single player, it's just time trial, which isn't really what the game is about. As the title says, team racing, you want to have a team, so you would have expected bots, but they aren't here at the moment. Maybe they get added in later, I hope so. But yeah, at the moment they aren't here, so there's not much you can do. And these are the tracks. 9 tracks in total. So not a huge selection, not a very small selection as well. But this is basically 9 time trials. That's basically all you can play right now, because it's very rare that a lot of people are online. Even enough people to make one party to play 3 against 3. And to show you that, this is Steam charts, so I think this isn't 100% accurate, but you can see, like in the last 7 days, most of the time 0 people online, and then 1, 2, like there were some spikes with 6 people online, 9, 6, 5, but most of the time 0. And as you can see, there were more players in the past. But since this game release, it's been pretty low on players. And that's a problem, because that means that you really can't play the online part of the game. So what people try to do right now is go to the Team Racing League Discord from the Gamious channel and just say stuff like this: guys, add me on Steam, I'll be playing tonight. So you need to go to the Discord, and then you need to add people on Steam to play online. It's such a pain in the ass. It isn't intuitive at all. It's just extra work that I don't really want to do, and like adding strangers on Steam is not something that I like to do. So yeah, that's just annoying that you need to go through that to find a big enough party to play an online game at the time that you want to play it. So yeah, basically there is no online part at the moment. There is, but you can't really play it, except for very few times. And the single player content is basically 9 time trials, and that's it. So that's why I can't recommend it at the moment. Like that there aren't any graphical options at the moment, that's fine. And I've played online with the stress test, and it's actually a fun game. Things that they need to add are voice chat, voice commands. Also the chat itself, the in-game chat needs a little bit of work, because when it connects you and when it throws you out of chat, when it's loading in tracks, is a little bit annoying. But yeah, most of these things I already told the developers, because I made a list of what they could improve with the stress test. But yeah, still it was a lot of fun. There weren't really teams because you were playing with strangers. But when people really try to play this as a party of 3, I think they really can make teams and roles, and when they can communicate, I think this is a really fun game. And especially if high level players would play this, I think it's very fun to watch. But yeah, at the moment it's just not worth the €10 or $10. So what I would say is look out to what this game is going to do in the future, and then make a decision if you want to buy it. And I think especially if this game will add bots, and actual bots that can play pretty well and that can work together with you and not just do their own thing, which is, I guess, a pretty hefty feat to do, because it's pretty hard to program bots like that. But if they do, then yeah, I think this game is worth it. It is a really fun game. At the moment, just no. So yeah, that was the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this helped you. And thanks for watching, and see you all the next time.